What is going on, everyone? This is Ninja Geek here. Welcome to today's video. I'm trying to make these videos a little bit longer and a little bit of an update on that. Saturday we'll be starting a new series with longer style of videos, so stay tuned for that for this upcoming Saturday and the Saturday after that. So it's going to be great, and I hope you could all stick around for that. But today I want to talk about, well, Black Ops 4 and then some E3 stuff after that. And I sort of wanted to combine it in one video because I think it makes the most sense with all the gaming news and stuff that we have going on instead of splitting it up into different videos. Black Ops 4 is going... I am absolutely pissed about this, and you could probably just tell from the tone of my voice. This game is going to absolutely suck. When it was first revealed, when Black Ops 4 itself was first revealed, I was excited for it because, of course, it's Black Ops. I love Treyarch, I love the Black Ops series, and I loved what they were doing. Maybe not necessarily everything to do with the multiplayer, but I was interested in, and still am interested in, the Blackout mode, which we don't really know much about. And then, of course, they have the Zombies experiences with the Voyage of Despair and the Mob of the Dead remake in Black Ops 4 at launch, coming on the disc. So I was excited, you know, they're bringing a lot of new things this year to the table, and multiplayer is a little bit different. I understand that, and it's probably going to be a change that we're going to have to get used to, but Activision cannot stop, can they? Well, I guess the answer is no, they can't, because, first of all, I'm not even going to get into this in this video because it's a different topic in and of itself, and I want to save it for another video, probably a special video at that, so stay tuned for this coming. Don't have a date. But Activision completely ruined Destiny, and what I mean by that is obviously Destiny 2. Now, some people may disagree with that because, of course, you know, Destiny has their new Forsaken DLC and then the annual pass with that. So some people might disagree with the fact that Destiny 2 is ruined, but it really is ruined, and I'm not going to go into that in this video because it's mainly about Call of Duty, but they completely ruined that game with all the DLC that they have for that game, and it's Activision, so what do you expect? And now we're getting the same exact treatment here with Call of Duty, but it's even worse because people... This is exclusivity at its worst. Now, I know that probably many of you know that I am an Xbox player, and so you know the news that what happened last night at PlayStation's E3 was that Black Ops 4 got announced that if you pre-order it on the PlayStation Store, you get access to Summit, Firing Range, Jungle, and Slums into Black Ops 3 right now. So you get those pre-order bonus maps into Black Ops 3, as well as they're going to obviously be in Black Ops 4 at launch, but only if you pre-order the game on PS4 and only on the PlayStation 4 itself. Now, I've heard some rumors and stuff that if you bought the game at a retailer for PS4, you'll get a code emailed to you to download this stuff. I don't know how much true that is, but right now the only sure way to do it is to pre-order Black Ops 4, any of the editions, on the PlayStation Store itself, and then you will get these remakes into Black Ops 3. But it goes even beyond this that frustrates me, is now, obviously, they have the new Black Ops Pass. So the Black Ops Pass is pretty much just the Season Pass, except it's a different schedule change for the content. So instead of dropping 4 map packs, they're going to be dropping content probably every single month that has less items in it versus 4 things that are grouped together with lots of content in it. But it's still a season pass, so we thought that it was going to be free. Now, maybe, you know, all the rumors and stuff were proving that it was probably going to be free, which it should have honestly been. You know, Battlefield's going the free route with their DLC, no loot boxes, no paid content. It's all you just buy the game for $60, or if they have higher editions, which I don't know about yet. You buy that game and you have access to everything. With Black Ops 4, they're going to be having this new Black Ops Pass, and I would be completely okay with it if the Black Ops Pass had content for Black Ops 3 as well, going right now, and getting into Black Ops 4, as well as Treyarch games in the future. If it was a true Black Ops Pass that allowed you access to any content in a Black Ops game, no matter what the game is, now obviously I don't think it would be for World at War Black Ops 1 or Black Ops 2 because those games are just too old, but for Black Ops 3 I could see them adding content in it, just like they did with this new DLC 6 with these remakes into Black Ops 3, and obviously definitely Black Ops 4 and into the future. If the Black Ops Pass supported that, I would be okay with the Black Ops Pass if you are a Treyarch fan, but for only Black Ops 4, Activision completely fucked up. They really did. Honestly, 100%. This Black Ops Pass it's terrible, you know, and I really wasn't even supportive of the season passes in the years previous, and already we are just getting just a mess with this, because now you're going to be splitting up the community from day one at launch with people who have this content, people who don't have the content. And another thing, we know that we are getting community events with Black Ops 4, just like World War II has, and just like Modern Warfare Remastered had, and I think Infinite Warfare had as well. So we are going to be getting more community events, which are great. But how are they going to play in? You know, obviously with World War II, if you don't have the DLC content, the events are cool and all, but it's not the same thing as experiencing it with extra DLC content. So I wonder how that's going to really play out too with the community events in Black Ops 4. But last night, right now, I mean, I'm just not angry, but I'm just more frustrated. Last night, I was actually really angry when they did announce that PS4 only, and only if you pre-order through the PS4 store would you get access to Summit, Firing Range, Jungle, and Slums right into Black Ops 3 at this moment. And I guess there's some new event that's live in Black Ops 3 now. I didn't even bother to check it out because I really don't care about it. And it has new weapons that I'm never going to get because I played 100 matches. I grinded out 100 matches, wins, by the way, in free-for-all. And I got a max GL fucking China Lake launcher. So, and I pretty much haven't touched Black Ops 3 since, you know. It's a good game, but when you get that shit, it's just like, I'm not going to play for a few months now. And so that's pretty much where we're at. I'm very frustrated at this because it's pretty much doing like the same thing like Destiny 2, you know. It's like every single year. It's not like Call of Duty comes out every 3 years or so, and then maybe it'd be worth it, you know. Maybe if it came out every 3 years, or if the Black Ops Pass had more worth to it, it'd be worth it. But a Call of Duty comes out every single year, so you're spending upwards of $100 because, yeah, the game is $60, but then throughout its life cycle, if you get the DLC or other transactions within the game that maybe you want the COD endowment or, you know, whatever the case may be, upwards of $100 every single year for every single Call of Duty game that comes out. It's absolutely ridiculous that, you know, and they're pretty much doing the same thing with Destiny 2. They're just milking the community. I was actually going to get Destiny 2. It was on sale on Xbox for $40, Destiny 2 plus the expansions, which is a good deal, but then I know that I'm going to have to buy the Forsaken DLC plus the annual pass to even be able to play Destiny past September, and that's pretty much where I cut it off, and I said, okay, well, I guess I'm not getting this game, you know. What more can I do? And now with this exclusivity bullshit, like, I understand that you have to have exclusivity. I mean, I don't like it, but I understand if Activision has to have it for money reasons, it's there. But what should have happened was, yeah, the remakes should have came to PS4, but then maybe a month later from yesterday, the remakes come to Black Ops 3. I think I said Black Ops 4 by accident, but these remakes that are in Black Ops 3 currently come to Black Ops 3 on the Xbox and PC a month later. I don't see what's wrong with that, but I guess, according to the PlayStation blog, these remakes are only available on the PS4 version of Black Ops 3, and Black Ops 3 is even free on PS4 until July 11th. So, there you go. I think that that's absolutely completely bullshit in my opinion, and obviously that's coming from an Xbox standpoint, and even if you're a PlayStation gamer, I would still be, not upset at the news, but I would still be kind of, you know, frustrated and bongled in my head about why Activision would even come out and do something like this, as far as the way that it goes. And two more things, if they're doing this already with Black Ops 3 leading into Black Ops 4, what makes you think that the Black Ops Pass isn't going to have extra content on PS4 that Xbox and PC won't even see the light of day on? It's incredibly frustrating because obviously they come right out and say, oh, with the Black Ops Pass you're getting 4 all-new zombies content, 12 multiplayer maps, but on PS4 they could be getting more content that we don't even know about as of this point, and it'll just be exclusive to that console, which I think is just a terrible idea all together. Another thing about Call of Duty, and I know we're going to be getting into the E3 events pretty soon, but another thing about it is that before all of this, Activision announced their pre-order and deluxe editions, I should say, of Black Ops 4. So you get the deluxe digital edition for $99.99, and it comes with the Black Ops Pass plus some extra digital bonus content or whatever, plus some COD points with it. Then for an extra $40, I believe, or no, it's 30 something, for an extra $30, almost $40 after you add all the tax up, you can get the same thing, but it's the Pro Edition of it, except it just has more COD points. COD points have no monetary value. So, what am I pre-ordering here? To be, like, this whole system, like, I remember when Black Ops 3 was coming out, and they had the Juggernaut Edition, which I still have my mini fridge here from the Black Ops 3 pre-order, and I was so excited to get my hands on this. Everyone was. It was a nice, cool collector's edition, and obviously that was the most expensive one. But back when Black Ops 3 was coming out, we didn't have pre-order bonuses and digital editions that gave you COD points. There's no monetary value there. You know what I mean? There's absolutely no monetary value. If they were like pre-order bonus, and the digital editions, the highest digital edition gives you access to this weapon, this weapon, this weapon, then it would be good, because it's like, oh, I'm pre-ordering, I know I'm going to get this in the game. COD points, you don't know what you're going to get. There's no monetary value, and Activision can pump out COD points like candy bars, you know what I mean? So it really... The whole system is a joke, and I was excited for Black Ops 4, but now I'm more excited for other games, and that's another thing that has to factor into it, which we're going to get into with this E3 stuff, is that we've got Red Dead 2 coming. You know, for other fans that enjoy other games like Fallout, we've got that coming. I know Dying Light 2 was recently announced. That game looks absolutely incredible. There's so many other better games out there, and especially Overkill's The Walking Dead, which we're going to get into a little bit here. That game looks absolutely fantastic as well. There's so many other games that I would rather put money into, that I would get a better experience out of than Black Ops 4, and if I even get Black Ops 4 at all, that's only if I like the Blackout mode. Like, if I look at it, and whenever they announce it, which we don't know when, but if they announce it, we look at it, and I look at it, and I'm like, yeah, you know, this actually looks fun. You know, I'll see if I want to get it, and then I look more into it. And maybe if I do want to end up getting Black Ops 4 in the end, I'm only going with the standard edition. No Black Ops Pass, no digital deluxe, no pro enhanced fucking COD point bullshit edition with fucking crypto keys here and there. No. I'm only going to be getting the standard edition of Black Ops 4 for Xbox One, if I get it at all. And, you know, it's sad to say, because I love Treyarch, and I really want to support this game. I really want to play on those jungle remakes, even in Black Ops 3, but especially in Black Ops 4. I want to be able to experience Call of Duty, but unfortunately, Activision is just pushing every ounce of blood that this game series has in it, and they're just pushing it out of the window, out of everyone's soul and body. They're just sucking everyone's souls out, and now we're just walking away, you know, playing other games, other better games that give you more money for better use of your time. So that's pretty much it on Black Ops 4. I'm sorry for the rant there, but it just had to be said, and that's pretty much where I stand right now with it. You know, I'm insanely frustrated with Activision, not only for Black Ops 4, but it also had to do with Destiny in the past too, and how they completely ruined that as well. But now we're going to be talking about E3 14 minutes later into the video. So, obviously, my top things that I really wanted to see at this year's E3 were Black Ops 4, which we did see a little bit, not as much. We pretty much saw that trailer that announced that Black Ops 3 was going to be free on PS4, and it was going to have those remakes into Black Ops 3 that we just discussed. So I was excited for that, and now you know my thoughts on that. I really wanted to see Red Dead 2, which I don't think we saw anything of that. I kind of stopped watching the PlayStation conference about an hour and a half into it, or whatever it was, but we'll get more into that. We did see Overkill's The Walking Dead gameplay, a little teaser, maybe today or sometime else. I know that the pre-orders actually go live today on June 12th that I'm recording this for Overkill's The Walking Dead, so I don't know if we're going to get more gameplay today or whatnot, but, you know, that's going to be interesting to look into as well. So we've got that I really did enjoy. And then, of course, a few days before E3, I think we got the Telltale's The Walking Dead Final Series, which I did have that pre-ordered as well. That thing is going to be an absolute insane game. But anyways, I want to talk about the PS4 or the PlayStation conference before I talk about the Xbox One. So here we go again. You know, I am not claiming myself to be an Xbox fanboy in quotes. I just prefer Xbox. That's just the console that I've had for the past probably over 5, 6, or 7 years or whatever, since I've had pretty much, you know, Halo 3 and all those other good games when those were coming out. I've had an Xbox 360 and then an Xbox One for a very long time. It's just the console that I've stuck with. It's just the console that my friends play on. So I don't really, I mean, I did own a PS4 at one point, but I just didn't really play it a lot and just didn't have the need for it. So anyways, the PlayStation conference, in my opinion now, judging based on that, was pretty bad. Now, you might think again, oh, well, he's just an Xbox fanboy hating on the PlayStation conference, but in my opinion, you know, I'm very open to the games that were played and everything that was announced, and I'm very open to see what PlayStation has. I wasn't, like, trying to hate on it at all, but the conference was just terrible. They had, like, 2 games that they announced that were new games, but all the other games that they had, and there was only, like, a handful, probably, like, 10, if that, games that they did show there, were games that we've already known about or have seen some things about. Now, the one thing that I do like about this PlayStation conference that Xbox didn't entirely do with theirs is that they showed more gameplay, like with The Last of Us 2, or getting into, like, Resident Evil 2, that remake, or, like, Death Stranding, that we've known about for a few years now, I believe. They showed so much gameplay, like, probably, like, close to 10 minutes each time, maybe 10 to 15 minutes, and even with the Spider-Man game, they showed, a lot of gameplay. So that was cool to see more gameplay than actual talk and trailers and hype for games like the Xbox did, but Xbox still did have lots of gameplay involved in it. But, yeah, the one thing I will say about it was that The Last of Us 2 looks absolutely incredible. I will be watching gameplay. Unfortunately, I will not be getting it because I don't own a PS4 anymore, and I don't see the point in owning it for just one game. But yeah, Last of Us Part 2, absolutely fantastic. And then, of course, they had the Destiny 2 Forsaken trailer, which did look amazing, but, you know my thoughts on Destiny 2 sort of by now, so I was just like, but even so, Destiny 2 is not an exclusive to the PS4. Then I was going to say the Resident Evil 2, trailer and the gameplay, I should say, looked very good as well. That game looks excellent. And there's a new game from Remedy Games called Control. I think that was one of the new ones that they announced, so that one looks cool as well. I've always loved Remedy Games, but it is coming to the Xbox. It's not a PS4 exclusive. And then we saw Death Stranding, which is a PS4 exclusive, I believe, and that does feature Norman Reedus, and it is pretty quirky and cool and different at the same time. But, yeah, so those are really the only things that stood out to me. Obviously, people have different opinions on what they thought to them stood out to them. But other than the gameplay that we saw, the conference was just, well, first of all, it was supposed to start at 9 p.m. EST, and they really didn't end up starting until, like, almost 9:20-ish, because they were kind of just, like, doing nothing for the first 20 minutes, and then they finally showed off the gameplay, whereas Xbox started off, you know, right at the time. I think it was at 4 p.m. EST on Sunday, and they started off and immediately started with Halo Infinite, and then it's, like, I just don't understand what Sony was doing with this conference, and you know, even last year I could agree, the Sony E3 conference in 2017 was pretty much, they were pretty even, you know, with the Xbox conference. I really enjoyed that, and I really enjoyed the Sony one last year, but this year, it just kind of fell flat for me, at least. Didn't really enjoy it. So, those were the games that I did enjoy from the PlayStation conference, but again, you know, I don't really have a PS4, so I'm going to have to look up gameplay of The Last of Us 2. Getting into E3 for the Xbox, I loved this E3. I mean, Microsoft blew it out of the park with this one, okay? To say the least. Halo Infinite, we started off with, it was a huge bang. Now, we don't really know too much about Halo Infinite at this point. We don't have a release date or even a release time because they are still developing it with a brand new engine, and I'm really excited to see what they're doing with Halo Infinite. You know, I haven't really been a huge Halo fan, but I have played Halo 3 back when that was out. I played Halo 4, Halo 5, and eventually have the Master Chief Collection and went back to play the first one and the second one. So Halo series has been good. It isn't something that I've been following, like I just said, but it's definitely something that I'm interested in, and I'm really interested in to see what they're going to do with Halo Infinite. Metro Exodus was another one that I had on my list that I wanted to point out, because it just looks fantastic, and I don't really know too much about the Metro series, about which different ones they have, but I just saw from the gameplay that it did look cool, and the setting and all that stuff, so I wanted to put that there on the list. Also, they showcased Forza Horizon 4. That game looks absolutely fantastic with the changing seasons, so, you know, maybe I'll pick it up. I'm not that huge of a gigantic racing fan, but it is open world, and it does look amazing with the different seasons that they showed off in there, so that game looks absolutely fantastic as well. And then they showed off more of We Happy Few. That's another game that they also took into effect, that they combined some more studios into the Microsoft studio that we've known about. So I think Undead Labs is in there, who made State of Decay 2 and the original State of Decay, and now we have the Compulsion Games, who made We Happy Few, and they're pretty much going to be joined into a bigger force of a studio to have more assets and more resources to make better games, so that is also a great announcement. Shadow of the Tomb Raider, I love the Tomb Raider series, and this one comes out, I believe, September 4th, but I could be wrong on that, but it does come out in September, and I'll probably hold off on it just to wait and see if there's a sale going on with that game. But I do love the Tomb Raider games, and Shadow of the Tomb Raider, the new trailer that they showed off was absolutely excellent. Then we all got hit with the bombshell that was Dying Light 2. I had no idea that they were even going to make a second one, because they were still supporting the first one so much, and with the second one, you know, I was just absolutely blown away with what they have shown, with the different consequences you could have, so many different options and choices that you can go through in one gameplay, that one player's experience is never going to be the same as anybody else's experience, and that is absolutely incredible. And they don't have a release window yet for the game, because it's still in development, but it was very cool to see it being announced, so don't look for it anytime soon, but I would expect it to be in 2019, to say the least. But yeah, Dying Light 2, excellent. And last but not least, Gears of War 5. They had a bunch of different Gears of War announcements, but then, and for some reason they announced the other ones, but then they kind of dropped it on us. Yes, Gears of War 5 is coming, and I haven't really been the biggest Gears of War fan, to say the least, but I did enjoy it. Like, Gears of War 1 was great. Gears of War 2 is probably the best story. It was absolutely fantastic. And Gears of War 3 was good as well. And I don't think I played 4, but, you know, again, I do like the game series and what the story tells and what it has to offer. I just haven't been as enticed to it as a lot of other fans. But still, to say the least, Gears of War 5 does look incredible. So I'll be interested to see that one as well. And overall, the Xbox E3 really just hit it out of the park, and it was interesting because as soon as it launched on 4 p.m. EST, it was just met with Halo Infinite, and then they just kept going, and they were like, we're going to show 50 games here today, 18 exclusive games, and they just kept the ball rolling, and although they didn't show as much gameplay as the PlayStation E3, I felt like it was just more enticing to see you know, some gameplay here and there of different games that they wanted to show the gameplay for, but then it just kept going, trailer after trailer, and it was interesting. It was so cool to see, and I love E3 every single year, but the PlayStation conference, I can't really say the same for. It just was, I almost fell asleep during it, because it was boring, except when they played Last of Us Part 2, and that gameplay came on, I was all up, but then after that, it was just kind of like I was kind of falling asleep there, trying to, you know, keep myself occupied. And then, of course, during that time, we also had that Black Ops 4 bombshell dropped on us, so I was just freaking out completely and pissed off. But that's pretty much it for this video. But let me know your thoughts on everything. Black Ops 4, are you going to be getting it at all? Are you going to be getting a deluxe edition with the COD point bullshit? Are you going to be getting a Black Ops Pass? What was your favorite E3? What did you like, PlayStation more than Xbox, or vice versa? And what was your favorite games that were announced from this year's E3, whether that was on Xbox or PlayStation? Let me know your thoughts down below and have a discussion in the comments below. This is Ninja Geek. I will see you on the next one. I'm out, and peace.